So, let's see. There's a few I've got in mind that I wouldn't mind doing. Should actually switch over the thing and the thing. One is, there's at least two I'd like to try to get through. If I've got enough time, I'll do a couple of more, or at least one more I can think of. But the first one I can think of is one called Run Tavernquest. And this one I wasn't aware of at all until the next fest started. And let's see, so Run Tavernquest is a classic text adventure, but you're not the one playing it. You're the game master for an idiot player named Steve. And this is exactly part of the reason why I said, fuck it, I'll play that, because it seems like I'm going to be fighting against myself. First, the player's enigmatic commands and decide how NPCs react to them. Who knew that running an RPG would be so frustrating? Now, I do like the occasional text adventure, and this is interesting because it looks like I'm on the other end. So let's see how this is going to go, shall we? Like everything else, I have not done any testing on this whatsoever, so we're going to see how this is going to work. Might work well, might work poorly. Okay. Let's lower the volume a little bit. I love that I can change the font. I love it when games let you do that. I'll stick with the normal, but okay, let's see how badly the player is going to fuck this up.
Tavernquest, trial version.
Copyright 1979. Hello, I'm the CPU. I manage things around here. You are a program. You're a game called Tavernquest.
Type new game to begin.
Steve is the one who types. Steve sends us commands. Our job is to respond to them. New Gagma. No matter what.
Invalid command. New game. Type help for assistance.
Steve will never type help for assistance. Steve needs no help. Steve knows exactly what he's doing. Steve is going to run all of the gaming corporations. Wait, no, that's me. There we go. I knew he'd get it eventually. Good job, Steve.
Demo. The Malevolent Mage.
Steve is playing a trial version of Tavernquest. The adventure he is playing is totally separate and non-canon from the main game. See, this is something I read in the description of the game too, and I kind of like this, that this is a scenario that they developed specifically for the demo. So this isn't going to be indicative of, like, the main thing, at least story-wise, and, I don't know, I find it neat when they do that, because it's like, this gives you an idea what the game is, but you're not spoiling anything for yourself. I've looked ahead in your programming. This is a simple story. Steve plays a noble adventurer whose goal is to defeat an evil wizard. First, he needs to buy a weapon.
Your adventure begins at the general store, where you can buy any goods an adventurer might require. It's a dusty and cluttered locale, but a necessary stop for your quest.
We control all of the characters in the game, except for Steve's. What is the shopkeeper doing as Steve enters the store? Eating a sandwich. It's lunchtime.
You see the shopkeeper eating a ham sandwich. He's a burly old dwarf with tiny spectacles poking out of his bushy beard. As you catch his attention, he sets his sandwich down and licks his fingers.
That's a good name for the shopkeeper. Aaron Silverstock. Brad Shopkeepman! Not long and heard about that one, did you?
Aha! An adventurer you must be, says the shopkeeper. My name is, Brad Shopkeepman, and this is my store. Brad's store. Take a look around and talk to me if you'd like to buy something. He eats the last bite of his sandwich and throws his napkin into a garbage bin.
I gotta fight his idiocy with my idiocy. By the way, feel free to click to skip dialogue or make the text scroll faster. I promise I won't be offended. You can also change the font or text speed in the menu. Got it. Look, garbage. Really? Steve? The garbage bin was never intended to be anything remotely interesting. Then again, Steve never has much cared about how things are intended to go. We can always just throw an error when Steve does something stupid. Trust me, I'm used to it. No, we need to investigate further. What's in the garbage?
You walk past many interesting displays of powerful weapons and items to further examine the garbage bin. It appears to be full of garbage.
I love this narrator. Anytime I've played a tabletop RPG, we are a bunch of chaos gremlins who would spend a lot of time just looking in a garbage can, as opposed to getting on with what we're supposed to do. Get garbage. Again with the garbage? I feel like we're just encouraging him when we don't throw errors. If you still don't want to go that route, we can have the shopkeeper try to nudge him in the right direction. Have the shopkeeper say something.
You hop over the counter and begin stuffing handfuls of garbage into your pockets. The shopkeeper watches in confusion. Ah, my garbage? He says. Are you sure you didn't mean to look at the weapon display?
I should mention that Steve's character is supposed to be a wealthy nobleman. You can choose what Steve's character says in this situation. What's a good reason for a nobleman to get someone's garbage? As courtesy? As duty? I have no idea. It's his duty. It's his duty to get rid of their garbage.
No need to worry, you say. I am simply assigned to trash duty this week, which is a very normal thing for a noble like myself.
Nobles who do something. He is really into this garbage thing. Are you absolutely sure you don't want to hit him with that well-deserved error? No, let him eat garbage! It's what he needs.
You begin to eat the garbage. Pardon me, I do feel a bit peckish, you say. The shopkeeper is terrified.
Need to pull Steve away from his precious garbage. Any ideas? Oh, you know those nobles. Spawn a puppy to distract him, the garbage vanishes, the garbage explodes, armed bandits, he eats the entire bin. Only one option? What is the only one option? Because honestly, I'm leaning towards either it exploding or him eating all the garbage. So what were you thinking? What do you think that Steve should do, Baked? Eating? Alright, fuck it. He eats the entire bin.
You eat all the garbage. There is no more garbage. In the bin, in the shop, in your pockets. All gone. Congratulations, says the shopkeeper. You ate all the garbage. Anywho, what would you like to buy?
This adventure is going to end immediately because he's going to die of food poisoning. Yeah, it went perfectly well. Attack shopkeeper. Irredeemable. Simply hopeless. I'm sure Steve has a good reason to be attacking this guy. Revenge? Theft? No. If there are credits, you'd love to know who the narrator is. Yeah, let's have a look at that when we get to the end of it. Nah, no reason. He's just a lunatic.
For no discernible reason, you approach the calm shopkeeper and begin to attack him. I have decided that you shall die for my own amusement, Brad Shopkeeper, you explain. I hope that you can put your own self-interests aside so that I may accomplish this goal of mine.
That sounds about right for a noble, yeah? Alright, I guess we're starting Steve's first combat encounter. Ideally, his first enemy would show off the complex combat mechanics, but Brad here can only do, like, 1 damage. Yikes. I mean, Steve hasn't even opened up his inventory yet. Does he even have any kind of weapon at all? No! He's gonna get into a slap fight with this guy. He doesn't have a weapon because he just decided to randomly attack the man who can give him weapons. I guess he's attacking this poor guy with his bare hands then. Continue.
Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle commands. You strike the unsuspecting shopkeeper repeatedly with your bare fists. I wonder why I didn't equip a weapon, you think to yourself while standing inside of a shop that sells weapons.
What does Brad do now? Counterattack, raise defense, scream. Brad's not gonna take this shit!
The shopkeeper grabs a sword off of a nearby display. Gods help me! Why are you doing this? Get away! He says, clumsily swinging at you. It's clear that this humble merchant has no weapons training. You continue to pummel the poor shopkeeper. Stop squirming around so much, you say. Just let me punch you, you stupid dwarf!
Brad is defeated! Reminds you of the Peck guy from Hat and Ton?
The innocent shopkeeper
little, yeah.
collapses to the floor in a puddle of blood, dead by your hand. A job well done, you say. Now that my bloodlust has been sated, I shall concentrate on my very important quest.
Okay. I hope Steve doesn't think he can just win every combat encounter by typing attack every single round. Maybe not if he fights an actual enemy. Yeah, there you go, free weapons. Alright, what items can Steve find here? You can pick multiple options or none. All of them. He finds all of it.
The first step of my very important quest, looting this guy's corpse, you say. You thoroughly search the pockets of the shopkeeper's dead body. You take mysterious potion. Note from Brad. An amount of gold.
Begin noble quest. Pummel shopkeeper to death with your bare hands. Quick, mysterious potion! Oh, okay, no need to examine the mysterious potion first, I guess. Oh no, was he supposed to drink that? I mean, probably not, yet here we are. Let's figure this out.
You hold the mysterious potion in your hands.
This wouldn't exist if I wasn't supposed to consume it, you say. Drinky, drinky!
Unsure of its effect, you shove the concoction with zero hesitation.
Well, you're the one who gave it to him. What is this mysterious potion he drank? Potion of wisdom, potion of speak with furniture, potion of bowel relaxing. I mean, bowel relaxing is the easiest joke to make here, but I want to know where we're gonna go if he can actually speak to furniture. Like, what is the chair going to say that he's killed the guy who owns it? Kind of curious.
You hear a happy voice coming from a nearby wooden stool.
Oh, joyous day this is,
Says the stool.
He who sits has been vanquished. The long hours of holding up his buttocks are over.
You have now gained the ability to communicate with furniture.
I'm pretty sure Penny Arcade made an entire joke universe about a bunch of wizards who can communicate with furniture. I'm assuming that this has something to do with that. Talk stool. What exactly is he supposed to say to a stool? What's it like being a stool? That's exactly the question you just asked, Baked, essentially. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with that. What's it like being a stool?
Wow, a talking stool. This is so much cooler than whatever quest I was doing,
You say.
So what's life like as an inert object? Spare no detail. I'm in no hurry. I'm sure this will be fascinating.
I love this narrator. Question, how glamorous is it being a stool? Very.
The comforting squeak of floorboards beneath my legs, the tickling termites, the permanent state of my inanimate existence,
Says the stool.
The days aren't all sunshine, but I am solemnly proud of who I am and I embrace my limitations.
Gotta be happy with your lot in life, even if you're a stool. I don't have Brad Fart on me anymore. Oh, I guess now I have you. This must be the creepiest usage of the sit command possible. This is gonna get weird. This is gonna get real weird. And
Ah, remarkable,
You say.
Now I must witness your workmanship firsthand. I shall sit upon you, and you can tell me how exciting it is to be used by me.
The stool starts to ask you politely not to sit on him, but is quickly muffled by your noble robes.
this is gonna get
My,
freaky
wasn't that
real
fun,
quick.
stool friend.
You say, standing back up. The stool refuses to speak to you now.
Fine, you petulant spoil sport. I have an important quest to do.
I don't know what I was expecting out of this game, but I don't know if I was expecting this. Okay, finally, something halfway sensible. Hey, there we go! This might be the first useful thing this Steve has done so far. There's a bunch of weapons in the shop to choose from. He didn't bother to look at them. Should we offer him a choice or just choose one for him? He doesn't seem to care which one. Okay, here are the weapons we could give Steve here. Choose one. Sword of Fine Steel, Wand of Lightning, Can of Beans! Can of Beans! He gonna bean everybody! Are you sure? A can of beans has terrible stats, even worse than his bare hands. Yes. Yes. He's gonna have beaten a man to death with his bare hands and sat on his suddenly sentient stool for a can of beans.
I need a weapon, but I don't want to waste any time choosing one.
You say.
I'll just grab the nearest object I can find. How about this can of beans?
You equip the can of beans.
Not even gonna question that, huh? Progress! I guess we're done with the shop, finally.
You exit the shop. You are now outside. You are surrounded by dense forest. A trodden road extends in both directions. A sign advertises Brad's store to highway travelers, though the shop is now eerily quiet.
I wonder why. I fear Steve has no idea where he's going, though. I mean, yeah, I feel that. Go, Wizard Tower! What? How does Steve know about the Wizard Tower? He didn't talk to the shopkeeper. He didn't even read the note we left. There's this whole forest section he's trying to skip over. Let's actually throw an error. I wanted to see what sort of nonsense he can get up to in the forest.
Invalid command, go Wizard Tower. Type help for assistance.
There we go. He's supposed to discover the Wizard's Tower while investigating the forest. This section no longer makes sense if he already knows where to go. Let's still make him do this section. As punishment. I want to see him get through this forest with a can of beans.
Until you come to a clearing. You see some movement in the nearby bushes, and you feel you're being watched. Investigate? Yes or no?
Go Wizard Tower. The only acceptable commands for a yes-no prompt are yes and no. Go Wizard Tower.
Invalid command. Go Wizard Tower. Yes or no prompts should be answered with either yes or no. Type help for assistance.
I love how he's just trying to brute force his way through this game. There we go. Good boy, Steve.
You make a cautious foray into the brush to see what is hiding within. You discover a scared group of adorable gnomes. One of the gnomes approaches you.
Oh, traveler,
He says,
I am Huggy the Gnome. Our clan is being hunted by monsters. Please help us.
accept quest
that?
from Huggy the Gnome.
What
Find
is that
monsters.
voice?
Yes or no. You tell the gnome to go away.
Boo-hoo!
Cries Huggy the Gnome.
See what I'm talking about? He's just trying to speedrun this. We've got to get this guy to the Wizard's Tower before he ends up trying to murder poor Huggy. Fine, let Huggy give him directions.
Perhaps you may be of use to me, gnome.
You say to Huggy.
Tell me, tiny one, might you direct me to the nearest tower of an evil wizard?
Huggy the Gnome looks at you curiously.
The secret wizard's tower? It's mighty strange that you know of it already.
He says. He then tells you the way to access the wizard's tower through the forest.
Of course. I hope you won't forget about us helpless gnomes after you visit that tower.
I've already forgotten about you. Goodbye forever. I mean, at this point, he has to go to the damn thing.
Following Huggy the Gnome's immaculate directions, you make your way towards the wizard's tower.
How should the tower be described? All cylinder? Spiky obelisk. No, it needs to be metal as fuck. Spiky obelisk it is.
You arrive at a large stone tower emerging from the lush thicket of the forest. The hulking obelisk towers over the surrounding canopy, with decorative turrets jutting outwards like claws. Ivy overgrowth crawls up the structure's exterior, leading you to wonder, is this long abandoned or reclusively inhabited? An imposing wooden door is the only viable entrance you see.
Is he going to try to batter the door down with a can of beans? Is Steve's character brave or cautious? I'm going to say brave because he's just been wildly attacking everything he sees. Truly the sign of bravery.
Ever the intrepid explorer, you burst through the door into the wizard's tower.
Hearken and fear me, O foes of mine!
You shout. You take a few practice swings at the air with your can of beans to showcase your prowess. You are now inside the wizard's parlor. Cobwebs and moss speckle the damp room. A table and 2 broken chairs sit next to a dusty fireplace, and there's an armoire in the corner. As you step further into the room, you suddenly hear an imposing, ethereal voice echoing through the tower's halls.
Steve is now hearing the warning voice of the evil wizard. What is the wizard's name? I think we can do a little better than Brad this time. Bill. His name is Bill.
Halt, intruder! You are entering the domain of the nefarious Bill the Wizard,
says the omnipresent voice.
Leave this place at once, or I will melt your feeble little brain with my evil wizard powers.
I mean, Bill can be a pretty harrowing name. Have you ever watched Gravity Falls? That dude is terrifying. I'm surprised he managed to spell that correctly. Of course, he forgot that all furniture is now sentient. So, is he gonna, like... How is the armoire going to take being opened, I wonder?
You start to open the armoire, but the armoire interrupts you.
Mon ami,
Says the armoire.
at least buy me dinner first.
The armoire laughs heartily.
The armoire is French, apparently.
Pipe down, armoire.
Says the nearby table.
No wonder we don't get many visitors.
What is Steve supposed to say to a talking table? What happened to those broken chairs?
You point to the 2 broken chairs next to the table.
Pardon me, sir.
You say,
What happened to your friends? Oh, poor cherries,
says the table.
They just got sat on till they couldn't be sat on no more. Who would do such a thing?
Seems legit. Why would you do that? Only Steve can pick a fight with furniture.
You bludgeon the armoire with your can of beans. If you were expecting combat, you would do well to remember that the armoire is an inanimate wooden furnishing.
You vile swine,
Says the armoire.
Well, you can forget about opening me. You do not deserve the fine loot I contain.
Okay, it's time for Steve to encounter his first actual enemy. Shopkeeper doesn't count. There's no way he gets this first try. We'll see. I don't know, man, he seems pretty good with that can of beans.
That lead further up the tower. Before you can start up the stairs, the echoing voice of the wizard returns.
Foolish interloper, you did not heed my warning. You have incurred the wrath of Bill. Now my guardian will dispose of you.
You hear vicious snarling as the wizard summons his unholy champion before you.
What enemy should Steve fight? An undead wolf or a goblin? Oh, you knows I gotta go with the goblin. Maybe the goblin needs some beans.
A goblin materializes.
Hey, pal,
Says the goblin.
you're, not allowed. I gotta escort you from the premises.
He attacks you.
His can of beans has terrible damage output. Maybe we should rebalance this encounter? And make the goblin weaker? Make the beans deadlier? Nah. No, fuck it.
Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle commands.
Difficulty deadly. I will make him regret his beans.
You hit the goblin with your can of beans. It is ineffective.
I mean, it did one piece of damage. What does the goblin do now? Stab, shoot, hide. Stab! Stabby,
The
stabby.
goblin stabs you with his rusty spear.
Look, fella, you're making me stab ya.
I do like that the goblin was all like, hey, you need to leave. The goblin was only going to attack when he attacked.
You hit the goblin with your can of beans. It is ineffective.
This is not going to end well for Steve. Shoot.
The goblin backs away and fires his shabby bow at you. He deals a lot of damage.
I ain't scared of no can of beans.
You hit the goblin with your can of beans. It is ineffective.
I think Steve is screwed.
You are again stabbed by the goblin's rusty spear.
Get out of this wizard tower, will ya?
You have been defeated.
Your can of beans was insufficient to defeat the goblin. He dances upon your corpse. You are dead. You were beaten by a goblin.
That can of beans is not working, given that Steve uses every turn to just attack. It would have taken 18 rounds of combat for Steve to take down the goblin. When Steve dies in combat, the game reloads just before the encounter. We're going to have to change something, or we're going to be here all day. Okay, I need to let this guy fail upward.
Yes or no?
I think we need to make the can deadlier.
A goblin materializes.
What should we do about the beans situation? Make the beans deadlier.
Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle. You swing at the goblin with your can of beans.
Take that, you stupid monster!
You say?
That's better.
The goblin backs away and fires his shabby bow at you. He deals a lot of damage.
You don't scare me! I saw you talking to that table earlier!
You again take a whack at the goblin.
Okay, I should, you know, not try to kill him.
You better find me!
The goblin retreats into the shadows. He successfully hides from you. You are unable to find the goblin.
I hate goblins. They are the worst,
you say.
It's entirely possible I fucked this up and have to do it over again anyway, because I might just straight up kill him now. Because I have to attack him. What does the goblin do now? Special?
Suddenly, the crazed goblin leaps at you from the darkness. Taking you by surprise, the goblin deals a critical hit.
Whoops.
You are dead. You were beaten.
Come on, man, take the hint. Take the hint and leave me alone. Stop playing this game.
A goblin materializes. Combat!
Okay, let's just stick with stab.
The goblin stabs you with his rusty spear.
Look, fella, you're making me stab ya.
You are again stabbed by the goblin's rusty spear.
Get out of this wizard tower, will ya?
Shove the goblin to the floor and strike him again.
The goblin jabs at you again.
I'm not gonna stop stabbing ya!
Stabbing's all I'm good at!
You smash apart the goblin's skull with your trusty can of beans.
With these beans, I rule.
I won, you dumb goblin!
You say. You kick the goblin's dead body a few times for good measure. The way up the stairs is now clear.
I'm so glad that's finally over. What's next? Now we test Steve's puzzle-solving skills. This will go well, I'm sure. Loot Oglblum. What's an Oglblum? Typo. Got it. Steve's a moron. You take that back, CPU!
Invalid command. Loot Oglblum. Type help for assistance.
I think Steve is a loot goblin. Is the voice AI? I'm not sure. It does, the voice does change inflection certain times that makes it sound like it's actually a voice actor. Like, it did sound very exasperated every time it said that, the wizard's name was Bill, for example. Which I feel like sounds a bit more naturalistic. Fine, let's throw some quick loot at him. I guess we'll find out if we get, like, a credits thing. He finds goblin poetry. Just goblin poetry. No gold.
You search the dead goblin. You take goblin poetry.
Yes, read it. Great, let's read the goblin poetry, but not any important notes. Got it. I just want to get to the wizard fight. Goblins are green.
Oh, joyous day! Goblin poetry.
you say.
Goblins are renowned for their elegant literary work.
You read the following poem.
Goblins are green. I am a goblin. I am a green goblin. Something that rhymes with goblin.
How profound, you say. You will treasure this artwork forever.
But it's not the Green Goblin. We're almost to the final wizard fight. Thank God.
You ascend the spindly wooden stairs to the top of the tower. The voice of the wizard returns, now booming his final warning.
Retreat now and live, adventurer. Bill the wizard will be your doom.
Just one last puzzle for Steve to solve. Yikes, double yikes.
At the top of the stairs is one final door made of heavy stone. An inscription on the door reads,
To open this door, answer me this riddle. What appears once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah. This riddle is very obvious. All he has to do is type one letter and we're golden. So you actually found the voice actor, Jack Dundon. Not familiar. Oh yeah, it seems like part of the gag is that he just straight up reads out his typos. This level of voice acting is pretty good from a game from 1979, as we saw this game was from at the beginning. Triple yikes, Steve and Obvious don't mix. Here we go! Come on, Steve, just try something. Beans? What? No, Steve, you don't. Why would it be beans? In 1,000 years, you will never get beans, but you do get beans once per minute. So many beans.
You try the answer, beans. The door doesn't open.
Something less stupid this time, Steve. It feels very weird to be seemingly talking to myself here, but alright. Hot dog! Hot dog? He can't be serious! I think Steve is hungry.
You
just needs to get himself some beans and
hot
wieners.
Dog. The door doesn't open.
Steve, it's M. Just type M and we can fight the wizard. Come on, man. Boobs. Well, third time wasn't the charm. Steve has no charm.
You try the answer, boobs. The door doesn't open.
Come on. Oh my god, he did it. Maybe. Son of a bitch. No, that's it. I'm gonna lose it. Maybe the wizard should just come outside. Fine, if Steve guesses wrong one more time, we'll just skip this puzzle altogether.
You try the answer McDonald's. The door doesn't open.
Last chance, Steve. The wizard is in reality Grimace. Is it Wendy's? Is he going to say Wendy's next? Quit game! Oh! He didn't even get to fight the fucking wizard. Well, I suppose he was getting pretty hungry. Suppose he had to go get something to eat. Interesting. That was certainly something, alright. I don't know what that something was, but it was something. Okay.